And unfortunately, that heat is just beginning. It is not going anywhere. But this morning, Jen Wall is live with some tips on how we can get through this summer. Jen.
Yeah, good morning to you, Matt. So heat is one of the leading weather-related killers across the United States, and we are now sitting ahead of the hottest weekend of the year so far, summer, right around the corner. So that means it's time to brace for those scorching temperatures. Now, we did have a cooler stretch of weather at the end of last month, but that heat is coming on strong and fast. So to protect yourself, remember, heat-related illnesses can catch you off guard before you even realize it. Symptoms to look for are headaches, becoming very thirsty, and cramps. Even more serious when you feel weak, faint, or nauseous. The most dangerous, even deadly, is when you stop sweating, your skin is cool to the touch, and your body cannot cool itself anymore. So water, of course, is key to avoid getting sick. Make sure you're carrying it with you at all times. You can drink first thing in the morning and have a few glasses even before you leave your house. Don't push it too hard if you're working out in the heat, and take it easy these next few days to allow your body to get used to days hotter than 110 degrees as much as you can. And of course, as we're sitting ahead of the weekend, a lot of us like to enjoy the pool. So just keep in mind, try to avoid alcohol and caffeine, things like that, help you get dehydrated faster as well. So water, definitely the way to go as we crank it up past 110 degrees. This morning, we are live in Mesa with the fire department, and we're going to talk about ways to keep you safe here. You're going to want to think about the elderly, pets, don't leave kids in the car, all of those things we've been talking about for the last few weeks. Definitely important as we're sitting ahead of the hottest weekend of 2016 so far. Back to you.
It's a great reminder. Thank you, Jen. And with these temperatures soaring over 110 degrees, firefighters and paramedics all across the valley expect to be very busy today and this weekend. Jen Wall is live at the Mesa Fire Department now with how they are getting ready. Jen?
Yeah, you got it, Matt, especially because we're right ahead of the weekend. Tomorrow is expected to be the hottest day of this heat stretch that we are jumping into. And as that happens, we know firefighters are going to be running around, especially dealing with these heat-related calls. If you're starting to feel thirsty, maybe tired, maybe a little delirious, that's when you know it's time to get some water, some Gatorade in your body, and try your best to cool off. So joining me live this morning is Gio Mustaka, and he's been great all morning long giving us tips on how to get ready for this heat. We know it gets hot here every summer, but this one's kind of coming on quickly as we're getting hotter than 110 degrees. And I know you're expecting to be busy this weekend too on heat-related calls, right?
Absolutely. People just really haven't had the time to prepare. You know, like you said, this is a very sudden onset of these record temperatures we're looking at. We've had a pretty mild summer so far, but you know, this has really come out of nowhere. So we're expecting a pretty busy weekend.
What kinds of things do you get called off on weekends like this? And then the second thing I want to talk about too is you even still get calls for kids left in vehicles.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about the heat-related calls. We've already seen an influx in you know, heat-related illnesses. That's kind of how we'll be called out as a dispatch. And you know, generally it's going to be the earlier symptoms where people are dehydrated, which is good because we don't want that dehydration coupled along with the rising body temperatures to cause the heat stroke and things like that. But to answer your other question, yes, we still get called out very frequently on calls for kids locked in vehicles. You know, even with the vehicle running, it's never okay to leave your kid in the car. You know, we have a very quick response time to that, and we always run code 3 to that, and we're very efficient in getting into cars, but even still, it's always better to bring your kids inside stores and gas stations, even if you're making just a quick trip.
And then quickly here, we hear drink a lot of water, but really, how much water should we be drinking? Is there anything else we can add to help us out? You
know, drinking water really starts the day before, the night before. It's all about pre-planning and prepping for you know, the potential of dehydration. You know, we recommend drinking up to a gallon of water a day. You know, but if you're sweating that out, I mean, it's going to have to significantly increase, and also to you know, add some Gatorade to that and some of the sports drinks, and you can dilute them 50-50, but it's really important that you maintain those levels of electrolytes like sodium and potassium in your body that you're just going to be sweating out if you just drink water.
All right, thank you so much, Gio. I appreciate it. We're going to have much more coming up here at 6:30 on these heat-related issues coming into the weekend. Matt?
All right, Jen, thank you. If you're trying to beat the heat, maybe head up north. Those temperatures soaring to more than 110 degrees. Firefighters and medics all across the valley expect to be very busy today and this weekend. Jen Wall is live at the Mesa Fire Department now with how they are getting ready. Jen?
Yeah, good morning to you, Matt. It is expected to be a very busy weekend, as you said, and we do know that heat is one of the leading weather-related killers across the nation, and with temperatures getting up to about 115 this weekend, I want to introduce to you Gio. He's with the Mesa Fire Department, and how can people get acclimated to this heat as it's coming on so quickly?
Well, you know, there's no way to really get acclimated to the heat that's coming upon us right now, but the best way to get acclimated is to, work in like 30-minute work cycles outside and kind of expose yourself to those high temperatures, limit your exposure outside, then get back under the air conditioning and everything like that.
And then really quickly, if somebody starts to feel kind of yucky outside, what are some of the danger symptoms they need to be watching out for?
You know, pay attention to your body. If you're starting to feel a little nauseous, dizzy, really thirsty, you start sweating a lot and then you stop sweating, it's a pretty good indication that you have heat stroke coming on.
All right, thank you so much, Gio. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully he's not busy this weekend. Also, drink plenty of water. You can actually eat salty food before you go to bed. That will help retain some water. You can drink Gatorade, mix it with your water, and then, of course, think about pets, the elderly. Don't leave kids in the car, and let's just all have a safe weekend, all right? Back to you, Matt.
All right, thank you, Jen. It's a great reminder. Now, if you want